In this video, I'll show you how to embed LEDs in flexible silicone rubber that you can use for soft robots. We have a couple other videos showing you how to use this silicone rubber to make a soft robotic gripper and a stretch sensor that could be used as artificial robotic skin. And you can connect external LEDs there, but in this video, I'll show you how to actually embed the LED within the silicone itself so your robot can have built-in lights. Now, we have other videos that show you how to work with the silicone rubber that comes in a two-part mixture, so I'm not going to repeat that entire process here, but long story short, you mix these two parts in equal volume, stir them together, and then pour them into whatever mold you're using to make the robot. That could be something like a flat tray for the flex sensor, or this 3D printed mold for the gripper. And if you want something in between layers of silicone, then you wait for the first layer of silicone to cure, which takes about 4 hours at room temperature, so this is now a solid rubber instead of a liquid. And then you can layer in whatever other materials you want to be included as part of your robot, such as this stretchy conductive fabric that is used as part of the stretch sensor. Now, to embed an LED, I'll need to attach wires for external electrical connections, but as you can see here, I have looped the wires back and forth, which allows them to expand and contract. So rather than just having a straight wire, which I'm not really going to be able to pull on or extend, this will be able to move with the silicone when it stretches, even though the LED itself is solid and not really flexible. So for example, to make the flex sensor you saw at the beginning of this video, I am going to lay in my LED and make sure the wires are flat and not sticking up, along with my piece of conductive fabric, and then I'm going to pour the next layer of silicone on top so it completely covers both the LED and the conductive fabric, and let the second layer cure. So here I've laid out both my strip of conductive fabric and my LED, and I've taped them to the sides of the container to prevent them from moving around as I slowly pour in the silicone to form a layer thick enough to fully cover both of them. While we're waiting for that to cure, a quick note about the LEDs. I used stranded wire, which is more flexible than solid core wire, and I soldered it to the leads of the LEDs to make sure I had a good connection. You could try using male-female jumper wires and just plug in the LEDs into them if you don't have access to a soldering iron, but I am worried that silicone would seep down into the female connector on the jumper wire, and if it gets completely around the leg of the LED, silicone is an insulator, so you're not going to have a good electrical connection. So I don't think that would work, but again, you could try it as a last resort if you don't have access to a soldering iron. Also, since the LED is going to be completely encapsulated in the silicone, there isn't going to be any airflow over it to help it dissipate heat, so you want to make sure you're not driving it at a very high current or for too long of a time, because it's not going to be able to cool down. So as long as you choose the correct current limiting resistor and keep the current low, you should be okay. We have a separate video series about how to do the math to do that. But to be on the safe side, you can start with a larger resistor, like even 1 kiloohm, just in case, to make sure that the LED is not getting too much current, and then work your way down to a smaller resistor, because the silicone is going to work to diffuse the light, but is going to dim it a little bit, so you'll want to find the balance of the LED being bright enough that you can see it, but not so bright that it's going to burn out or decrease the lifespan because it can't dissipate enough heat. After 4 hours, the silicone has solidified with both the LED and the conductive fabric inside, so I am going to carefully peel it out of the tray in which I cured it, starting in one corner and peeling gently so I don't tear the silicone. And we'll see now that the entire piece of silicone with stretch, and I can stretch the conductive fabric, which I'm going to hook up to an Arduino so I can measure that stretch, but the wires, because I coiled them into that spring shape, will stretch along with it, and I left the ends of the wires sticking out of the silicone, which is going to allow me to connect them to an external circuit so I can control them with an Arduino. So here I have both the conductive fabric and the leads for the LED connected to a breadboard, which is connected to an Arduino. If you don't know how to use an Arduino, we have an entire tutorial series on that linked in the description of this video. And I have the Arduino programmed to make the LED brighter when the fabric stretches more. So you can see when I pull on the silicone, both the fabric and the wires for the LED can stretch together, and the LED gets brighter to indicate that it is being stretched. Now, depending on the shape of what you're making with the silicone, you don't necessarily have to coil the wires. For example, here I have just run the wires straight down from the LEDs and out this side of the silicone. I have also programmed the Arduino to light up the LEDs one at a time as the stretch sensor stretches more instead of changing their brightness. So if you try this yourself, go ahead and let us know how it goes in the comments below this video. Remember that you can find links to the other videos and written instructions on our website in the description of this video, and you can find over 1,000 other projects in all areas of science and engineering on our website, www.sciencebuddies.org.